I have a lot of business to take care of before I read this story. Thank you, Paul, for the introduction. Thank you, Sarah Jo, for lowering the microphone. Chantry is very tall. Thank you, Bootown. I received this story via electronic mail, and it's a very short story broken into several parts, and I was worried that I wouldn't have enough story to tell you, so what I did is I gave the story to a friend of mine who is a professional fiction editor, and he wrote various notes on the story. And so what I will do is I will read passages from the story, and then I will read passages from my friend's, a professional fiction editor's notes on the story, interspersed between passages of the story. Those of you who attend Grown-Up Storytime regularly will know that First World Problems is a continuing feature. First World Problems, part 3, I think? Okay. Yes, thank you. My dad went back into the hospital today because he needed to have his colostomy reversed. I took some notes throughout the experience. Editor's note. This is a strong, punchy introduction. We get right to the point of the story without a bunch of unnecessary preamble. Also, the narrative device of presenting us with a collection of notes seems well suited to grown-up story time, because people can follow along reasonably well without paying close attention. We had to be here at 5:30 in the morning. Considering that we hadn't eaten in a couple of days and had been up shitting nonstop for the last 12 hours, my dad really wasn't in that bad of a mood. Editor's note. I could use a little more detail here. Not about the shitting, but about the mood. Conflicted emotional states are the bread and butter of good memoir writing, after all. When we got to the hospital, my dad wanted to burn one before we went in. I joked that he would have to give his smokes to me and I would throw them away since he wouldn't need them for a while. Now that I actually have them, I can't decide if I would rather throw them away or smoke them myself. Editor's note. It's none of my business, but you should throw them away. Smoking is obviously very bad for you. Someone totally had a business meeting in the OR waiting room, complete with dudes in suits coming in, introducing themselves, and lots of handshaking, followed by shop talk. Editor's note. I changed shop talking to shop talk in that last one. Shop talking just sounds strange to me. I have been waiting here for 4 hours, and the 90-year-old lady who went in at the same time to have fucking cancer removed is already out. Editor's note. You may be unaware of how unsympathetic you sound in that last passage. I'm wondering when my refusal to eat fast food, which in my book includes hospital cafeteria food, will wear off. Editor's note. I like that you've introduced some suspense to drive the plot forward. Could this come earlier, though? Today is the first day I'm trying out new earbuds that my dad gave me. They work great. Editor's note. While I appreciate the change in tone, this last passage runs the risk of becoming overly saccharine. It's just a little too Tuesdays with Maury, if you know what I mean. Cafeteria update! I lasted until 1:10 p.m. When I visited the cafeteria salad bar. It was indeed gross. Editor's note. I know this is slightly off topic, but this last bit reminds me of when my high school added a salad bar back in the day. I was excited about it for about 5 minutes until that I saw it was all unwashed iceberg lettuce and mealy tomatoes. Also, I'm kind of picky about salad dressing, so you know. Having your dad in the hospital is a giant time suck. Every day I get off work and I go to the hospital for a couple of hours. There's not much to do, even though I bring my laptop and I try to work. The hospital network blocks so many sites, YouTube, iTunes, Facebook, of course, that it makes my internet experience pretty boring. Editor's note. Of course? Why, of course. I am not on Facebook, and therefore don't have the slightest idea why it would be banned in hospitals. Is Facebook a big source of stress? Please advise. I saw my dad's ball sack today.
Yeah.
Editor's note. This ending is perfect. Terse, enigmatic, haunting. The ball sack is the perfect 21st century incarnation of Proust's Madeline. I smell Pulitzer.